Woman who nearly killed her then 12-year-old classmate to please the horror character Slender Man is set to be released. Morgan Geyser has spent the last 7 years at a Wisconsin psychiatric hospital. Now a judge is rejecting a last-minute petition from state health officials to keep the now 22-year-old committed. ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmire joins me for more on this. Brian, what do you make of the judge's decision here?
It makes sense, right? When I look at the information, the hearings, the arguments that were made, it seems like the defense made a pretty strong argument that this young woman is no longer a danger to herself or the community. And that's the standard by which the court is looking at when someone is found guilty by reason of insanity. They don't just go out in the world, they go to a psychiatric facility, they get medicated, they get treated, they get looked after to the point that the courts feel that it is sufficient enough to let them out in society with certain prohibitions and certain restrictions. And so I wasn't too shocked at the judge's denial of this last-ditch effort by the state to keep her in custody.
Now, prosecutors said Geyser read a novel about selling organs on the black market and that she communicated with a man who collects murder memorabilia. Why wasn't that enough?
So what I think it is that ultimately the judge goes back to the two standards or that they're looking at. Are is this person a danger to themselves or others? Now, for whatever reason, and I do not know why, but the public is fascinated with individuals who have committed these very heinous crimes. And so for an individual to reach out to Geyser and say, you know what, I'm interested in X, Y, or Z, that doesn't have any bearing as to their violence towards the community or themselves. People can reach out to individuals and say, "Hey, can you send me this memorabilia? Send me this T-shirt. Send me these eyeglasses because I'm so fascinated with your case." But I don't think that moved the needle for the judge to say, "Okay, these books, these communications, does it change the danger level for this person?" And the judge ultimately said no.
A hearing at the end of the month will lay out plans for her supervised release. Does the state have any recourse if they don't agree with those terms?
So they have recourse in terms of the actual terms, but I don't think they have recourse as to whether or not this person will be released. It's one thing to say, okay, this person will be released, and then they have to abide by a curfew that they have to be home by 9 o'clock. Yes, the state can say 9 o'clock is too late. I want them in by 6, but it's not an issue as to whether or not they're going to be released from custody. It's a matter of the details as to what they will have to do, who they will have to abide by, and what requirements. It's going to be the details, not the overarching idea of whether or not this person will be released.
Brian Buckmire, thank you.